Scanning of driver's licenses causes privacy concerns for some. You fucking think.
Hang on.
Go.
All right. How many times in the past 5-10 years have you had a story come across the news where there's a huge data breach? It's happening at virtually every cell phone company. It's happening with Apple, Microsoft, who you would think, because they make the software, they make the computers, they would be able to protect their own data, which they can't. In fact, I know if I go on the dark web, there's about 3 or 4 different sites where I could type in my information. My shit's even out there. And if my stuff is floating around there in the dark web, more than likely, so is yours. If you have a FICO score, a credit rating score higher than 600, you are rife to be scammed and have shit stolen from you.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Now in Naples, Florida, this dates back to 2019, so this has been going on for a minute. It just so happened that I stopped in at that Speedway. Typically, I don't go into any of the corporate stores for anything anymore. I don't even get groceries at a corporate store anymore. I get all of my groceries from local farms, local markets,
mom and pop
stores. I don't shop at the corporate stores because I don't want to give them any money, and most of their product is garbage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I pay $4.60 a pound for beef right now and eat steak whenever the hell I want because I buy a whole quarter of a cow at a time.
You're a fucker.
I am a fucker.
Yeah.
But you can come over for steaks, fucker. You have that advantage. Naples, Florida. This is 2019. Fox 4 has some interesting video going undercover to videotape a 76-year-old man attempting to buy cigarettes at his local Walgreens. Even though he is clearly over the age of 18, he is asked to hand over his driver's license to prove it. The license is then scanned with the same scanner the cashier uses to check out customers. So, a First Amendment attorney and professor at Florida Gulf Coast University says that the stores do not have a right to do this. It's not only against federal law, which I know to be true, that the only reason to scan a license is to gather more information besides the age. Your age is printed on there. They can read it and see the age. They don't need to scan. They don't need your information. They have no right.
Well, first of all, when you walk in and you got a gray goatee, you know you're older than 21. Instantly. Sorry.
I'm hurt. I'm going to go home and cry.
Well, I guess. I mean, I'm over 50.
I'm going to go cry myself to sleep.
Cry yourself to sleep.
I'm a huge pillar.
You got a mangasso head. It's like an orange on a toothpick.
It's got its own planetary system. Anyway, it's not only Safeway doing this. There are other stores out there. Every time these stores scan your license, your identification, anything like that, that's what they're doing, is harvesting all of your information and creating profiles of you. And we're just allowing this. And this takes us into the real serious part of the problem here, where corporations are forming their own micro governments.
Yeah. And guess what? Every one of those micro governments is going to wind up being run by a tyrant.
Yes.
Because power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
And we are living in the age of the HR department.
Oh my God.
There was, when I was a kid, until I was like 25, there was no such thing as an HR department.
Stand by. That's going in the book. I got to write that down.
The age of HR?
Age of HR. That's going to be a beautiful show.
Human resources, and I'm just going to say this, and I don't care, is a career field that I'll bet if I did a deep dive, I would discover is created by women of a mid-grade IQ for women with a mid-grade IQ so that they could have a job, because there's no way anybody would hire them as anything other than a cashier or maybe a parking lot attendant on a good day. HR is the most useless field ever. You're a parts manufacturer for an automotive company, and you have to manufacture a specific part to specific tolerances using CAD machines and stuff like that. The guy who owns the shop or runs the shop, the chief engineer, whatever you want to call him, he should be doing the hiring. Now it's HR departments. The HR departments do the hiring, and what do? They screen out any white, straight, Christian male. They do. You can go see the hiring policies at a lot of corporations now.
Mm-hmm. And that's why there's so many DEI lawsuits flying around.
And that's why an airplane in Seattle, the nose erupted into sparks and flame on the runway just a couple hours ago.
Oh, really?
I caught the headline briefly, yeah.
Oh.
The passengers are like running off the airplane, and the front end of the plane's going...
There was also a FedEx plane overseas that the nose landing gear failed to deploy.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, that was
I
fun.
have been on a plane where the nose landing.
Welcome to the age diversity hires where the best guy is the C+ dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
DEI equals didn't earn it.
Now, I'm going to be honest here.
Go for it.
In the military, the 80% answer was always the proper answer. Because if I needed to call in fire for effect and I'm 80% correct, I'm going to get you.
In theory.
In theory. But in the real world, where you got to tighten stuff down to certain torque specs and you got to have certain stuff or otherwise people die, you might not want to hire a bunch of C+ sons of bitches, because that's how you kill a whole bunch of people with a stupid mistake that shouldn't have happened.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.